The M13B is a lot of fun, even though it is a nerfed version of the M13. I know that might be surprising, but we'll look at the comparison between the M13B as well as the Modern Warfare M13 because there were some differences that they made to this weapon that it doesn't feel the exact same way. Despite it being a weaker version, it is still a monster because they've made some changes to the TTK with lowering the health down to 200 and 250 compared to what we had in the Battle Royale of Warzone 1, which was up to 300, which kind of made the 60 round mag just not enough. But in this, it definitely is. So what we're looking at here is everything above the green line is the M13B, as you can see is highlighted in yellow. Everything below is the Modern Warfare M13. And you can see that they've made changes to the overall damage profile. The damage drop off is relatively the same at 33 meters. And then we have an RPM change where it's slightly slower on the M13B. Overall, we can see kind of where the TTKs would fall for 200 health, which is the top here. And that means what you spawn in with, which is just those two plates. And then we have the 250, which is having full 3-plated. And this is what we have, the same thing here for the M13. You can see that it deals a little bit less damage, a little bit slower fire rate, and all those variables lead to a slower TTK if we were playing Warzone 1 on Caldera, Rebirth Island, or Fortune's Keep. With these changes in mind, you have to kind of factor in, well, is it worth using? What we're looking at here is this common or probable TTK kind of falls in line. It could be a little bit above or below that. And what this is really showing us is that a long range on 250 fully plated person will probably take anywhere between 12 to 13 shots. Because you get a headshot in the mix, it will lower that TTK. So we're looking at 13 shots. We're right around the 800 TTK mark. And if we compare this to the other long range weapons that people are using, whether it's the Lockman, which has a little bit of a slower TTK, around 1,000 for that same 250 fully plated. The TAC 56 comes in at 851, which is right around the same point, but the TAC 56 is a little bit harder to use than what we've seen with the M13. We got the RPK, which kills very fast, but it's slow. It aims down sight slow. The reload is faster than the other LMGs, but still a little bit slow. So it has a lot of negatives. So the M13 ends up being that all around beast, especially in duos or trios, but you get enough time to go ahead and reposition, reload, and you're in a good spot. And you can see right there that 814 is going to be a solid number to work off of. And this would probably be the best long range build. Obviously, you're going to have the biggest mag, so you're going to be able to take out the most amount of players. We're running high velocity, the FTAC Ripper, the Harbinger D20, as well as the Vortex 90. And this is my preferred optic because it kind of has that little bit of a look. We'll go ahead and kind of see how this looks, and then I'll kind of explain a little bit of the tuning. So we get a little bit of nice clean dot. You get good zoom. If somebody is a little bit closer, you'll be able to adjust based off of that with a holographic sight. So you get a little bit of versatility, especially if you're going to be taking in pistols as your secondary. So you'll be able to do that, beam the targets at in considerable range, and get great bullet velocity. So that's kind of how you'd build that out. How I've been using it a lot in DMZ is with the regular reflex sight, whether it's the Sublime Pro or the Cronin Mini Pro, which we've kind of been talking about for a while because it has that blue dot. Either way, regardless of what you're going to use it for, that's kind of the optic meta that you would choose. And then when it comes to tuning, I've gone and used very specific tuning. So if you want to go ahead and copy the specific ones, I'll have a follow-up video explaining these. If you can't wait for the follow-up video, go ahead and check out True Game Data's video covering the sliders. And there's going to be interesting information in there that you should not be maxing out these sliders all the way to the end because it will harm the build. For right now, this is how I would build this weapon out. And you can kind of see how that is for the Harbinger, the FTAC Ripper. This is kind of how I'd build that one. And then we have the high velocity there with those specific sliders set to those ways. And then here's how this one is built out. So those are the 4 sliders. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.